In today's video, we're going to be talking about 5 different ways that Mirandus is going to benefit from being a blockchain game. Right now, since blockchain games are not very normalized, they're pretty controversial. People are really scared that they're going to be just another money grab or a cash grab for companies. And I personally believe that some companies will use this as another cash grab and will just be another way for microtransactions. However, there are so many bonuses for games being on the blockchain that if utilized correctly can make that game go from here all the way up to here. But before we get too far into the video, I first want to introduce myself if you haven't met me yet. So my name's Jake and I make speculative yet very informative content on the blockchain MMO Mirandus. And I do this by taking all the information that we've learned so far and breaking it down into small digestible videos like this one for you guys to watch. So if you're looking for consistent Mirandus content updates, then hit that subscribe button. I'd love to see you on this page again. If not, then I appreciate you stopping by and I hope to see you again sometime. In the past couple of videos, we've done a like goal and you guys have smashed that like goal every single time. So we're actually going to increase it a little bit to 60 likes in this video. And the reason we do these like goals is so that YouTube sees, hey, this video is popular. Let's spread it to more people so that we can bring more people to Mirandus. But without further ado, let's talk about 5 different reasons that Mirandus is going to benefit from being a blockchain game. Reason number 1 why I believe that Mirandus is going to benefit from being a blockchain game is because there's not going to be any more wasted time while playing a game. Now, don't come at me with, well, you're actually having fun, so it's not wasted time. That is very true. However, with MMOs, they're very notorious and you dropping 6 to 8 hours in the game and all you have to show for it is, you know, just something in a new sword in game, which is going to help you progress further in game, which is cool, but you're never actually getting anything in the real world from that. So with Mirandus being a blockchain game, while you're playing, you're actually going to be able to earn a cryptocurrency. This currency is called Materium. And not only will you be able to earn Materium to take it out and potentially pay your rent with it in real life, but you're also going to be able to earn that sword, which is going to be an NFT. Now, NFTs are also going to be able to be sold for that cryptocurrency, which again helps you to actually have something to leave that 6 to 8 hour play session with. So now while you play games, you can actually make money, which is super, super cool. And no, it shouldn't all be about making money because then, you know, what's the point in playing a video game? That's just work at that point. However, it is a really, really nice bonus to be able to say, yeah, I made 50 bucks today just playing a game. That actually takes me into my second reason why I think that Mirandus is going to benefit from being a blockchain game. So that's true player ownership. And basically what that means is all the items in the game that you own are yours and you can do with those items what you want. So as opposed to normal games, a lot of times, say an account, you can't just give something in your account to a friend because that's violating some terms of agreement and you can actually have your entire account banned, which is terrifying because you spent, you know, tons and tons of hours playing that game and maybe you're either done with the game or maybe you're wanting to lend a friend some help with something, but you cannot do specific things with your items. Now, since Mirandus is a blockchain game, that's actually going to alleviate that. And now you can do whatever you want with your account. You can buy items, you can trade items, you can sell items, you can do literally whatever you want. And that's cool because now you can not only buy, trade, and sell, but those items that you do buy or do sell, you can actually, you know, make money from that. So it's just kind of a cool concept. And now that leads me into my third reason why I think that Mirandus is going to benefit from being a blockchain game. Now, I'm actually going to answer this with a scenario, okay? So most people know the game Fortnite. So if you're playing Fortnite and you want to buy this skin that costs 20,000 V-Bucks. You know, I don't know the going rate of Fortnite skins, but you spend 20,000 V-Bucks on this Fortnite skin. And then 2 weeks later, another skin comes out and you're like, oh man, I really want that skin. And I don't really want the skin that I have anymore. So in typical games, you're stuck with what you have. However, if Fortnite happened to be a blockchain game, you would actually be able to take that skin that you bought that you didn't want anymore, and you could sell that or trade that for a new skin. Now, I'm sure you're wondering how that's actually different from the second point, and that's that if I wanted to be done with Fortnite completely and I wanted to go into, say, Call of Duty, and I wanted to buy a skin in Call of Duty, now I can just completely be done with Fortnite, and I can sell those Fortnite skins and take that money and transfer it into Call of Duty. Now, hopefully Call of Duty would be a blockchain game. That way you could, again, once you're finished with Call of Duty, you can just take that same money and transfer it somewhere else. If it wasn't, then you'd just be dropping that money into Call of Duty and never seeing that again. There's no way to get that money back. Now, that's great for the company because the company gets to keep a lot of money for just literal database items. But when it comes to your wallet, like, that money's just gone. So I love the idea of games being blockchain games such as Mirandus, because if you want to get into Mirandus, you can, but if you want to get out, if you're done with Mirandus, then you can also sell your NFTs and sell your currency and just be done with Mirandus. You can still get that money back. Now, the fourth reason that I think that Mirandus will benefit from being a blockchain game is the idea of real stakes inside of a video game. A friend and I were talking the other day, and he said something along the lines of sports aren't sports unless you have something on the line or there's something at stake. When you have something on the line, like a bet with your friend, you're way more into that sports game because you want that 20 bucks that you bet your friend that, you know, your team was going to win. So if we're talking about Mirandus, finishing that dungeon is going to be that much more important because now there's $500 on the line. Now there's $1,000 on the line if you can clear this dungeon. So now people are really going to be trying now that there are real stakes on the line. Whether that's actually doing the dungeon diving or whether that's going out and exploring the map, gathering intel about the lay of the land, finding different creatures across the land, finding new boss rooms. Like, everything that you do, all your actions are now able to be monetized. Information is so important. Maybe you get a position in someone's guild because you know stuff, or maybe you get invited to be part of a citadel something because you understand things that other people don't in the game. Again, I know I've mentioned this before, but it's been said that goblins are actually going to have their own language in the game. So maybe, and maybe I'm thinking way too far into this, but maybe if someone actually understands the language of the goblins, that'll give some insights into maybe the location of something, or maybe the way that they're going to attack. Now, again, I could be thinking way too far into that, but if that actually was the case and you did have someone who understood that stuff, that's going to incentivize having somebody who puts forth effort to learn the language of the goblins. So having stakes in the game is going to just incentivize more playtime and more serious playtime. And then the fifth and final reason that I think Mirandus will benefit from being a blockchain game is the whole idea of the metaverse. So the metaverse is going to be really difficult to pull off without the blockchain. And I don't think that that the metaverse is really what a lot of people refer to it as. In my opinion and in my mind, I envision the metaverse as something where I can take my character from one game to another and be able to do different things inside games. For instance, with Vox and Mirandus, there are Mirandus Vox, but then there's also going to be a world for Vox, right? So that Mirandus Vox is going to be able to be played inside of Mirandus and going to be able to be played inside of the Voxverse. So with that intermingling of games and intermingling of characters, that's kind of my idea of the metaverse. With that, you kind of need the blockchain to show that a player owns something, or else I'm imagining it would be really difficult to get servers to say, okay, this guy has this Call of Duty skin, now let's take this Call of Duty skin in Fortnite. Now, that type of metaverse is probably really far in the future because that's going to really need all big companies to work together, and that's typically big companies don't like to work together. We saw how long it took Xbox and PlayStation to finally allow players to play with each other. But you know what? Eventually it did happen. So hopefully eventually we can have metaverse where players can take their exemplars into other games and use that exemplar, or, you know, take another character from a different game and bring it into Mirandus. I love that idea. I think that that is super cool. And those right there are the 5 reasons why I believe that Mirandus will benefit from being a blockchain game. Now, I personally know some people that love the concept of Mirandus but hate the idea that it's on the blockchain, but I'm the complete opposite. I love the idea that it's on the blockchain because not only is Mirandus bringing new gameplay mechanics, but it's also bringing new core mechanics, like new structural mechanics, with it being one of the first blockchain MMOs. I personally could not be more excited for Mirandus, and I can't wait for it to come out. So I appreciate you guys watching. Thank y'all so much, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace, guys.